Hello, welcome to yet another random guy on the internet is reading Reddit stories. However, this is drinking with Reddit. Follow me through my journey of mediocrity because I am at home with a fantastic wife and child where my life has no drama. Everything works exactly how you would expect it to, and everybody's happy. So the only way for me to find drama is to go on the internet and purposefully look for it. I myself like to read Reddit stories. I like to watch Reddit stories, and I wanted to throw my hat in the ring. Hopefully, I can catch a few people that enjoy doing it with me. Maybe you like my voice. Maybe you think I'm incredibly attractive. Mhm. Maybe not. The voice thing, though. Hopefully, the voice thing keeps you attached. Today, I curated a couple of stories for us to go through. I'll try to get into them fairly quickly. Unlike some of the much larger YouTube channels that do this, I try to find very recent stories. So not all of them are going to have updates or edits like today. None of the stories have edits. This is actually my second time recording it because it's been a while since I've messed around with OBS, and my entire first hour long recording, this will not be an hour, will it actually had a really weird clicking noise because my mic was not set at 44.1 kilohertz. So I'm sorry. Let's just jump right into it. My name's Casual Canuck. We're here for some fun stories. Starting off today with, am I the asshole for telling my boyfriend not to come over anymore if he doesn't move in with me? For going right off the title, we don't like ultimatums. Ultimatums are not usually the way to go unless you are Anakin Skywalker. And there is either you are against me or against with me or against me. Sorry, apologies. I swear I know better. It is called drinking with Reddit for a reason. Am I the asshole for telling my boyfriend not to come over anymore if he doesn't move in with me? Throwaway account because I don't want my boyfriend finding this. Me, 19-year-old female, and my boyfriend, 19-year-old male, have been together for almost 2 years, in parentheses, 1 year, 10 months. For context, I moved into my one-bedroom apartment about 6 months ago. I live alone, I pay all of my bills alone, and I buy my own groceries. I just want to say, at the age of 19 years old in this economy, that is incredibly impressive just about anywhere else on the globe where you live. My boyfriend comes over every single day, and I'm not just saying that, he is literally there every day. I get home from work, and by the time I'm out of the shower, he is at the apartment. I didn't really mind at first because I was excited. He was seeing me every day because before that, he told me he didn't want to spend a lot of time with me, that it was overwhelming to him. So I was excited and happy he wanted to be with me. In parentheses, my love language is quality time. We love that. That's fantastic. The fact that he wasn't super psyched about seeing you all the time is a little bit of a red flag. But we're guys, we don't always get it right the first time. Maybe he was too busy playing the game with the boys, or watching Netflix, or cranking his hog. Regardless, there's a human being who wants to spend time with him. Here's hoping that's where that goes. Well, fast forward, I've noticed an increase in my bills. Just last month, my utility bill increased by $70. I'm going to assume that's USD. I am Canadian. Whether this was weather, the temperature, or him, I'm not totally sure, but he's been there even when I'm not there. He's taken showers, watched TV, in parentheses, I'm not a huge TV person, and he'll leave the lights on, not to mention he uses the restroom all the time, sometimes 3 times, dot, dot. I'm going to need some context on that Does he use the bathroom 3 times a day? Because that's kind of normal. Or does he use the bathroom 3 times in a row? Because that might just be IBS, and ouch. So there's that. And then I'm running out of groceries faster than I'd like. I buy groceries just enough for me, every 2 weeks, in parentheses, my pay schedule. I buy a pack of Cokes, 12, and that should last me the entire month, as I don't drink a lot of soda. But what do you know? I'm running out in 2 weeks. Okay, so despite how I opened this video, I'm cutting back my drinking, and I love Coke, the soda. A 12 pack of cans would last me about a day. So, I mean, if that lasts her a month, that's amazing. Moving on. Why? Well, an example of him drinking all my sodas would be when we were watching TV. He ordered us a pizza. Nice. And while we were eating, he offered to grab me a drink. And I just told him to grab me a water. And he grabbed himself a soda, which I didn't mind since I said I don't drink them often. He drinks the first soda, and then he gets up to grab a second. He comes back to the table, drinks the second. I was visibly annoyed, but didn't say anything. He then gets up again, walks to the fridge, and grabs a third. Okay. I quickly interrupted him and said, nope, no. If you are very thirsty, you can have a water. You are not drinking all the sodas I just bought. To which he responds, what are you, my mom? And I respond, no, but I'm your girlfriend, and you didn't buy those. I did. When I want a soda, I want to be able to drink one. And he came to sit down. He was mad. I know this because he was doing this thing where he clenches his jaw and didn't speak to me for a while. Okay, well, that's better than lashing out. We'll take that. We'll take that. After this, I had the realization that he is really just living here without sleeping here. He's eating and drinking all of my food. He's using my utilities. So I thought carefully of what I wanted to say, and I got the right wording together. When he came over the next day, I brought up the conversation of, why don't you move in with me? And he said, no, I don't want to. And I was like, what? Why? You basically live here without sleeping here. And you are here every day and using all of my things. I know I shouldn't have snapped like that, but that just completely threw me off. I want to say that was not snapping. That was setting boundaries. And that is okay. We like setting boundaries. His reasoning started with, I want to finish school, which I completely understand if he was in school. He's not. Pause. He's creating excuses for things that don't even exist yet. He missed a deadline to sign up for classes, so he's not enrolled right now, which I reminded him of. His next reason was, I don't want to live in an apartment, I want to live in a house. So I then said, we are 19, valid. We aren't established and don't have money to put back for a house. You have to be realistic. We can eventually get a house, but an apartment is a part of that step. And then he responded with, not the burp, that was me. I just don't want to move out. I like having no responsibilities. This was finally the real answer. Yeah, I mean, fuck. I mean, homeboy just likes using your place. He likes not getting yelled at by his mom or his dad or something, and every now and again he gets to touch boob. In his eyes, there's no downside. But in your position right now, you're footing the bills, you're dealing with his shit. You haven't mentioned it. I'm assuming there's laundry. No, he doesn't spend the night, so probably not. How does he not spend the night? 20 and 19. Okay, anyways. I told him since he didn't want to move out and help me, then he can't come over every day, and we'll have to hang out at his house more often. It's been a week since this conversation, and he's still coming over every day, and I don't know what to do. I love his company, but I can't afford it. I still can't really wrap my head around his answer, and I'm trying to respect it. But part of me wonders If it was someone else, would he want to live with them? Would he support them? Or does he just see a future with me? Or does he just not see a future with me? I'm not sure what to do. Any advice is appreciated. Um yeah, I mean, like, absolutely, the fact that, like, he's coming, he's enjoying, and he's leaving, but he's not adding to anything. He's not really doing anything for you. All he's doing is taking, and it's just like, honestly, it's not fair. So why are you putting up with it? You say right now, for example, you said that, like, these were the rules and that's how it's going to be, and then you're just like, well, then he just ended up coming over anyway. That's you setting a boundary, but like with paper mache. We'll move on. Edit. I put it into paragraphs. I'm sorry, everyone. I didn't know how this worked. That was before me. Everyone is asking about the key. When I made a copy of the key, he was with me and suggested he should have one for emergencies, so I made him a copy too. He also has no responsibilities. His mom pays for his car and gas and clothes. I'm taking everyone's comments into consideration, and it's opening my eyes a lot. I'm going to have to try a conversation again tonight and update when we talked. Okay, so just based, we'll hit a couple of the comments here, but just based off the title, am I the asshole for telling my boyfriend not to come over anymore because he doesn't want to move in with me? No, of course not. Absolutely not. Um, you actually want to spend more time with him, which is, that's great. Uh, you guys are partners, or at least you want to be. So obviously, spending more time with him, fantastic. That's great. But the fact that, like, he just kind of wants to come over and use you almost like a second house, maybe? I don't know. Like a mom, but without the bitching, so to speak. Uh, that's the best way that I can put it. You're kind of just letting the man walk on you, and that's not fair to you. One of the biggest points of this is, so you said you want him to move in with you, right? If this is the type of mentality that he's bringing to the relationship, is that something that you want moving forward in your, like, do you want him to bring that same energy into the house where he's still drinking all the fucking pop and he's still not helping out with the bills? I don't know, maybe he would then, but, like, you mentioned that you're not his mom and he's like, no, you're my girlfriend, and it's like, okay, but can he differentiate them? Right? Like, I don't want to be all man hater on it, but at the same time, like, I'm going off of what you were telling me, and he like, he's literally living up to the boy in that boyfriend mentality here. At least what it looks like. Let's look at a couple of comments. I like being validated, so let's hope somebody can validate me. Spoiler alert, they do. Once again, second time doing this video. Take his key away. He can come over when you invite him, not the asshole. I mean, to the fucking point, right? Like, we're right there. First comment, like, just right out of the gate. I would change the lock. There's no way of knowing he made himself a copy of your key. Come on, let's be so for real right now. If this is his mentality, he fucking doesn't know how to make a second copy. She made the first one. You don't want to move in with him yet either. He's way too immature. I mean, yeah, obviously. Like, that's kind of what we're getting at. Let's scroll down a little bit further. Let's see. Change the lock, change the boyfriend. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you don't need the boyfriend. Sometimes you can just be happy by yourself. Change the lock, get a door camera, enjoy the show. He doesn't really look like, or at least he doesn't really sound like it yet, the type that would really make that an issue, especially as he sounds like a true hobosexual. This guy's a moocher, coming from a previous hobosexual myself. Yeah, I can kind of see that. Change the lock and get a new key. I mean, well, yeah, you kind of have to. If you change the lock and you don't get a new key, then you just kind of locked yourself out. You know what? As a matter of fact, that might be the boyfriend. That could be the boyfriend. He gets all the perks and none of the stress. You're funding his life, and this is him at his best. That could be in a Dr. Seuss novel. Fantastic. Love to hear it. Frankly, I wouldn't let him move in. The fact that he takes so easily and never considers how his actions impact you is super gross and entitled. I fucking agree. He's beyond selfish. You'll save money and have peace without him. Make sure you get the keys back or change the locks. Edited for not the asshole. Great. I mean that really fucking sums that up. Like right into a tiny little like cute bow. I'm burping again. I'm sorry. Um no, fantastic. Not the asshole. Obviously not the asshole. Could the guy change? Yeah, maybe. We were all young and dumb. We all did stupid shit. Uh I don't think, she'd immediately be like, "Oh, let's break up." Like we're not that kind of Reddit here, right? It's not immediately let's break up. Let's talk and see if growth is available. And if growth is available and affordable, maybe the boyfriend should look into it. I've heard growth can be purchased at a 5.9% APR over 56 months. After that, it's on him. Let's move on to our next story. So this one's a text box. This one's a little bit different because it's a text box. So in my first video where I did this, I kind of kept putting my thoughts in between the bubbles. I'm not going to do that this time. We're just going to go straight through. Maybe I'll throw in a comment here or two in between each page. But let's start with this one. So the title of this one is, "Am I the asshole? My ex doesn't make our 11-year-old son shower or brush his teeth during his weeks with him." So as a father myself, this one kind of touched home, and I have a son myself, and I want to make sure that at least my non-professional opinion is heard, and even if it's by like 6 of you watching. So she starts the text off with in this bright yellow text, "First time." It says, "Son is telling me he only showered twice since being at your place. Is he making that up?" The ex responds, "Yeah, it's because our water heater is crapped out." It says right here, crapping out. "So most of the time we just have cold water and hot water sometimes." She replies with, "I could tell he was a little embarrassed because I think he felt stinky. Next time, maybe just have him sponge bath or something because he's going outside every day, so he's probably gross." Boyfriend responds with, "Okay, sounds good. And yeah, as a father of a kid, he's probably ripe if he's running around all the time." Here we go. We got second time over here. "Okay. Also, son is telling me when he was at your place, he only showered once this week. So I wanted to know if he's lying or not, because if he is, um, I've been getting after him for lying or exaggerating." The ex responds, "He did only shower once, and that's because I forced him. I've been bedridden because I've been sick since last Tuesday. And that's only because I forced him to shower because I knew he hadn't, and I questioned why he didn't take the initiative to take care of his own hygiene. I've been emphasizing that he needs to take initiative on his own responsibilities." She responds, "He should take initiative and know that it's his responsibility, but he also needs to be forced. He's too old to be doing that and going without." So right here, I just kind of want to make like one quick aside is the fact that like my son is at that age now that he knows what a fib is, and he kind of screws around and he lies to me and his mom a little bit here and there, and we're trying to really like reel that in. And the fact that she is going to her ex and giving him the benefit of the doubt is actually like that's pretty honest. I like that. She's not just immediately shitting on the ex here. She's like, "Wait, my kid said this, but he could be lying. Let me find out." And the fact that the ex is being honest here, um, I mean, great for him for being honest. But like, he could have straight up lied, and she probably would have shit on the kid a little bit. It's good that he's being honest. However, this fucking bullshit. If you're a parent, you understand. You absolutely understand. Okay, where he's like, "I've been bedridden, yada 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 yada." My wife has been sick to death a couple of times. Like we're talking like in I'm a guy, so when I get sick, I get like the man cold. When my wife gets the exact same cold, she's still like fucking iron pipes and like just doing shit. Um, I'll be off to work and my wife is fucking sick. And she still does everything with our son. Like everything still gets done. I come home and then immediately she's like, take your fucking spawn. And I'm like, okay, no, I get that. I get that. But during that time, no excuse, still gets it done. Same time, I also will do this. I come up with excuses, but I'll still fucking do it because that's just like, that's our job as parents. I just want to say this guy is the king of no accountability. Let's move on. Up here he goes, that's what I mean. I think it should be common sense that if he hasn't showered or brushed his teeth, that he should be doing it himself. And sorry, I scrolled down. Brush the teeth, that he should be doing it himself. And ill. I've been very ill. Sorry, very ill. That's a big difference. So it's been hard for me to get around. Anyways, that should be him being punished about not taking care of his bare necessities. He's old enough to get dressed on his own. The least that he could do now is take care of his own hygiene. She says, "Whelp." By the way, I fucking hate whelp. I don't like that. Good thing I have a pop filter in here. Well, as parents, we still have to be the ones to enforce it regardless. You still have to get on teenagers for the same stuff. It's not it's not like kids just always do what they're supposed to do. He's still only 10. Totally fucking valid. So he responds, I get that, but it's building independence and sense of responsibility. I still have to get on him on how to properly clean a dish. Anyway, I have some, I don't know if you can see these little fucking dots here. I can't get past that, so we're just going to scroll on here. And we've missed that last little bit of the message. We can't see him. Anyways, he's just saying like, oh, common sense. Brother, common sense isn't fucking common with adults. What are you talking about, an 11-year-old kid? Yesterday, when we went to the dentist, they asked me like 2 to 3 times if he smoked tobacco because his teeth were so bad. They said like 4 to 5 times he needs to be flossing and brushing his teeth twice a day. I know you say he needs to make the at his own responsibility, but the fact that we are still his parents and still need to be getting on him about it, as parents, we still need to be telling him what to do until he's much older, a teenager even. He's only 10 years old. Yes, we know he said he's 11. It comes up later that he's 11. I don't, these could just be later dated or earlier, later. You know what I mean? He's only 10 years old. So when he's at your place, you need to make sure he's actually brushing correctly. They said he had black staining on his adult permanent teeth at this point, which, that's a fucking huge deal. Listen, why do I feel like you're attacking and making it seem like I literally do nothing for him? Please prove us wrong. I don't appreciate you stomping on me with the impression that because I want him to gain independence, that I don't instruct or force him to take care of himself. Once again, with these dots, I can't do anything, but we're down here, so we're good. I don't instruct or force to take anything. While I see that it's unfortunate that his teeth are like that, I have been doing my part by making him do all the necessary things for hygiene. Oh, we're going to doubt that, as these texts have already proven. In fact, he hardly has any sweets, and I only enforce water at my house. This is a collective effort. Collective by who? Stop making it my parenting versus your parenting. I've gotten on him to brush his teeth many times and even forced him to go back and brush longer. It's also by his choice doing it inefficiently. She responds with, OP, I'm just telling you what the dentist told me and what I know I do on my part. All I know is what son tells me and what you tell me. You can take that like an attack, but literally anytime I tell you what needs improvement or additional care, skippity skip skip. Where all I know is son tells me when you need to attack. Literally, anytime it tells you to prove additional care, you always take offense. I don't know what to tell you about that. Also, I didn't stomp on you. I'm just telling you to be diligent with his teeth. And then he responds, well, it's because when you tell me, quote unquote, it's always giving the impression you're pointing the finger at me as to why these things need improvement. It's not just this particular case, it's every time anything arises with, I'm assuming that's son again. This has been a long stemming issue leading all the way back to when we were together. You've always seen yourself on a pedestal compared to me, and all I'm asking is that can we work together as opposed to it always leading to the blame game? There was obviously a little bit of a pause between messages there, so here we're on third time. Did son not take a shower all week at your place? And then he responds, I'm pretty sure he showered over the weekend, but ask him. He's not a baby. He's capable of managing his hygiene. I've had conversations with him handling responsibilities himself, and I get upset with him, not you, about why he's being lazy about it. OP responds, he still needs us to be telling him to shower and to brush his teeth every day. I know he's capable physically of doing it himself, but he needs our reinforcement daily. He's still a kid. He said he took on Sunday at my mom's. Okay, before we get into um the actual body of the post here, this guy is dodging accountability like Master UI Goku. If you know, you know. Okay? This guy is just immediately projecting all of his own bullshit onto OP, which I'm so not down with. Uh the fact that he's saying like, "Oh, I'm trying to teach him responsibility," like, no, that's great. Like, obviously, it helps to give kids responsibility and help drive routine. Like, routine will lead to consistent results. However, he needs to be the one doing it. He can't just be like, "Oh, go do this," and then just expect an 11-year-old to be like, "Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go do it." Whereas most 11-year-olds are like, they hear something, one ear, other, that's it. It's over. So this guy's just being a total fucking douche knuckle and pushing it onto OP. And I'm not down with that. And I'm pretty sure most of you people watching are also kind of not down with that. But let's move on down into the actual post and see what OP is saying. I feel like I'm going crazy over this, and I'm wondering if I'm overreacting. My ex husband, 34 male, and I, 33 female, have an 11-year-old son and share 50-50 custody. We switch weekly, Monday to Sunday. We both work and live in the US, so this isn't a financial hardship situation. Now, I just want to point out real quick I'm Canadian, and I'm not entirely sure how custody works in the US when it comes to child support. But what I'm getting at from OP here is that like her ex is doing 50-50 to try and get out of child support. And I don't know if like if you're at 50-50, there's no child support um handed your way. So like maybe that is the reason why they're doing it. But that is just completely hypothesis here. The issue is hygiene. When my son is at my house, I make sure he showers, brushes his teeth, brushes his hair, wears clean clothes daily. But when he comes back from his dad's week, it's obvious none of that is happening. My son will sometimes go the entire week without showering or brushing his teeth, and he often wears the same clothes multiple days in a row. I've talked to his dad about it several times over the years, and every time he gets annoyed and says, I'm criticizing his parenting or nitpicking. For context, this has been an ongoing issue for several years. I've documented a few instances because it keeps happening. There are also things at his dad's house that concern me. He bought our son a laptop with no parental controls, lets him play video games until midnight, sometimes as late as 2 a.m., allows him to play Roblox and talks to strangers, and bought him a gaming headset when he was 9. Now, for those playing the home game and don't know, Roblox is a fucking red flag. Right here next to me. Oh no, I'm pulling everything out. We didn't need that anyway. This is my son's headset for playing Minecraft with his boys. However, everything my son does is monitored. My wife has a Discord for my son and his boys to play video games together. Roblox is a site where um, just not nice people go and look for little kids. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Roblox is a fucking red flag. My son has never seen Roblox. He knows what it is because my kid does watch YouTube from time to time, but knows nothing about Roblox other than what he's been shown on YouTube. Whenever I bring these things up, my ex says I'm constantly getting after him and trying to control how he parents. But from my perspective, basic hygiene and some online safety boundaries seem like a pretty reasonable expectation for an 11-year-old. Absolutely it is. I understand that I can't control everything that happens in his dad's house, but I also feel as a co-parent I should be able to voice concerns about how things affect our son's health and well-being. Am I overreacting for pushing this issue, or is this something most parents would also be concerned about? Are you overreacting? Obviously fucking not. By the way, let me just put this back on because I said we don't need it, but we probably do because I have big fat lips. Obviously you're not overreacting. This is ridiculous. You're putting in 100% of your effort, and he is putting in, I don't know, whatever percentage he feels is right. Generally speaking, in a relationship, they always say like the best way a relationship works is, um, if each party is, oh fuck, how does the saying go? I swear this is actually good. It's like, a relationship only works when you both meet together at 100%, but like each party is putting in 60% of the effort or trying to put in 60% of the effort. I swear I actually know what this is, but it's just not coming to me right now. Anyways, this guy's not putting in fucking any of the effort. And also, like, how does this progress long term, right? Say you guys manage to co parent well into this child's teenage years, but if OP here, is the one that is enforcing the rules, when this kid gets to 15 or 16 years old, obviously he's going to want to side with the person that's, you know, enforcing less rules, right? Like, I mean, we were all teenagers at that point. We know how that works. So, um, no, I think at this point, like, obviously she's tried communicating with the ex-boyfriend, and that's not working. I think the only thing that you could do in this situation is get the courts involved. You obviously have all the documented proof, everything that you need. Get the courts involved and just see if anything else can be changed for the better. Let's take a peek at a couple of the comments here. Let's see what other people are saying. Top comment is, I don't think you are overreacting. I think you're trying to co-parent. 10-year-olds aren't babies, but in 1 week, he should at least be showering a few times, have clean clothes, and brushing his teeth twice a day. That's not crazy. And yes, 10-year-olds still need to be reminded to do these things. Obviously. Like, yeah, like, yes, I love the validation. Thank you. Obviously, like, you tell them to do these things, and they don't want to do it because maybe they want to do a 1 block challenge in Minecraft or something. Like, everything to them is more important than going and washing themselves. Brushing their teeth, washing their hair, washing their ass. Tell your kid to wash their ass, by the way. It's normal. OP response, 100%. I don't even know when kids are old enough not to be reminded of things. I mean, even in high school, my parents would have had to remind me of stuff all the time. Clean your room, wash your hair, do your laundry. I mean, that's the joys of parenting. It never ends. My wife still fucking reminds me to do shit. Some of us just never forget, especially us guys. I'm in my 30s. My mom still reminds me to. Okay, my wife's not my mom, but I mean, I get it. The Countless Grantham said it best. The Countess of Grantham. Who's the Countess of Grantham? I'll Google that later. One forgets about parenthood, the on and the onness of it. We got another one here. I'm 31, and my mom called me last week to congratulate me on my new job, and then in the same call proceeded to tell me my hair looks ratty, and then sent me money to get a haircut. Yo, your mom actually sent you money to fix what she perceived as the problem after insulting you? Mine always stopped at the insults, so it could be used as fodder for the next encounter. Valid, valid. Okay, obviously, OP, not the asshole. Come on, for real. This guy just needs to fucking figure it the hell out. Let's do one more, one last one. Where is it? Down here? Okay. Am I the asshole for telling my wife to get a job if she wants to subsidize the kids? Up until our youngest kid graduated from university, I worked crazy hours out of town to pay for everything. I worked 6 weeks on of 12-hour days, and then I would get 3 weeks off. That works to about 56 hours a week if you average it out. I've been doing that since I was 35 years old. It allowed my wife to stay at home and take care of the kids and the house. We also used it to pay off the mortgage, as well as, I'm assuming he means buy new cars for cash whenever we needed. Okay. All right, hardworking, blue collar, I assume. I'll describe our budget so you guys can judge. Our taxes, we used my take home to pay the mortgage and bills. We then paid into the kids' college funds and then into our retirement funds. Then we topped up our retirement balance. We put money into our emergency fund. Then whatever was left, we split 50-50. Our tax refund was our vacation fund. Sounds to me like a couple of people had their fucking heads on their shoulders and were financially responsible. Now I'm 55 and I'm tired. My body is beat and I need to slow down. Our kids are both through university, both got their degrees, and have jobs. I did my part. The company I work for had a job open for an office job. I applied and got it. It's a 9 to 5 city job, 40 hours a week, better hourly rate plus other compensation. However, it is a lot less money without the overtime. I was getting 44 hours a week of overtime. That's huge. I don't want to double check his math, but when he was saying he was averaging 56 hours a week, that's not 44 hours of overtime. But I'm sure he knows what he's talking about. But we have money in the bank, and I have an easy stretch until I retire. My wife, however, is upset. Both kids are struggling. For the record, they live at home rent-free, but they want cars and apartments of their own. They can afford that. They just won't be getting luxury cars and huge apartments. We no longer have a mortgage, and my wife and I are both driving vehicles we've purchased in the last 3 years, still under warranty. Our budget no longer has education funds either. We still have more than we need, and my wife and I each have $1,000 each month to spend however we want. I'm saving up for a new garage/shop. My wife has been giving hers to the kids. She is hinting that I should also contribute. When OP says my wife has been giving hers to the kids, I'm assuming he's talking about that like $1,000 purse that they have each month together. I think I've contributed enough. I told her to get a job. She is only 46. She can go to work and give them her salary. I still provide housing and food for all of them, so she won't starve or anything. I'm assuming he means to say they won't starve, but also agreed. I lost it again. Sorry, my son just walked in. He's staring at me. He's hungry. He wants me to order McDonald's. Her and the kids think that I'm being cruel, and one of the little shits said that I was being lazy by cutting my hours so much. This is my hill to die on. I have done the hard work long enough. I want to enjoy my life. Am I the asshole for telling her to get a job and give them her money? Yes, but with an asterisk. You're the asshole for telling her to get a job and give them her money. You're not the asshole for the hill that you're dying on. Your wife can get a job if she wants more cash, of course, why not? But your kids at this point, brother, you've done everything that you can. Like you've done it all. You like what haven't you done? You were super dad. You're the embodiment of what I would like to be, right? Make sure that like you have provided everything. However, I think in this scenario, um, not to like fucking shit on the guy, but you provided financially everything that you could, but you weren't there to be there for the kids when they were being raised. So they were raised by their mom, and maybe when things got too tough, mom maybe threw some money at the situation, like, "Hey, I know you're having a bad day. Maybe you want the new Razor scooter, or I don't know, Nintendo 64 or some shit." Regardless, the kids are they're pretty high on themselves right now, just thinking that they're entitled to your money, which not fair because I mean, like you've already put in all this time, all this effort, and also on your wife. Like I don't want to take it away from her. She obviously has a little bit more of like a I don't want to say a deep bond because that's taken away from you, and that's not what I mean. But she has like a little bit more firsthand experience, right? No, you're not the asshole at all. Obviously, your kids should learn to grow a spine and pay for themselves. Like obviously, let's look at a couple of comments before we cut this video out. Let's look at this right here. Not the asshole. Your children need to learn to stand on their own 2 feet. How incredibly entitled of them to expect you to continue to fund their lifestyle. What the hell are they using their degrees for? Tell them to grow the hell up and sort their lives out. Yeah, obviously, agreed. Fucking adults here at this point. OP responds, one is a teacher and one is a social worker. Now, I live in Canada, as I mentioned. Here, both of these fields are incredibly essential in our society and criminally underfunded. I'd be surprised if either of them made $60,000 a year. Regardless, they live at home, no other expenses. Like, come on, 60 grand a year, what, like 49 after taxes, 47 after taxes. You can still get a half decent car. You can still get yourself an apartment or just stay at home and stack your cash, right? Let's see. Then they get an apartment and a car that a teacher and a social worker can afford. As I said. I don't fault anyone in this economy for moving back home, but they have jobs and zero education debt. Daddy did his part. Don't use that word in this context. Why are these adults expecting to be subsidized by him still? Instead, they should be saying to their parents that they will pay them $500 a month or whatever amount as their contribution to the household. Fair, fair, absolutely fair. Um, yeah, I mean, this isn't easy, not the asshole. Like, right? Like, obviously. Well, okay, we did some drama. We had some fun, and um, I hope some people at least stuck around to the end. And if you did, maybe you want to stick around for another one because I had a good time. I hope you had a good time. I'm just a guy over here speaking into a mic completely by myself, enjoying just a little bit of a hobby. That's all it is. If you enjoyed yourself, please leave a like on the video. If you have any criticism at all, I promise I won't hate you for more than 24 hours. Just leave me a comment. Let me know how you think I could improve on this. Obviously, the background's a bit of a mess. I sorry. Love video games. I sell video games. It's what I do. But this is just kind of like it's a passion project. It's a hobby. Thank you very much for listening to me yap. And that's it. I'll see you next week. Or I won't. Bye.